Okay, we on. Look kind of spicy in here, huh? You guys having a good time? All right, that's good to hear. All right, we're going to have a very, very, very funny thing happen for you guys, okay? We got a very funny comedian that's coming up, okay? Everything he does from the Bronx with love. He's voted the best Bronx comedian, and he's being considered for an HBO special. Tonight is his Pit Loft debut, thanks to Rock the Bells Comedy. Let's welcome to the stage, Roman S. the Funny Latino! Let's get up!
Give it up for Nya. The fact that I'm Latino, I could actually say that with the accent. Nya. Sounds like something my grandma would say. Can I go to the park, Grandma? Nya. There it is. And give it up for all your sketch actors. They're amazing, are they not? I see we have a packed house. All right, it's either the Democratic national debate or this. And the ill part is you're gonna get answers for the future from here. Because those guys are circle talking, right? I think it was horrible at math, so listening to Bernie Sanders is confusing. You got the 1% over the decimal and the 2.5% plus the 50%, and I'm lost. You know what I'm saying? I threw out my Texas instrument ages ago. Where are my real New Yorkers? New Yorkers, make some noise. Yeah. 4 of y'all. Okay. Well, welcome to the safest place to be on a Wednesday night so that you're not detected by ICE. Because they're looking in basements and not in lofts that look like basements. But that's that. And now where are my Latinos tonight? Latinos? Yeah. The same 4. So much in common. We should play New York bingo. Did you get a parking ticket? Bingo! But for real. Okay, well, where? Just yell it out. If you're a Latino, where are you from? One person. Let's go.
Puerto Rico!
No shit. No fucking shit. Well, news update. The funniest person back here will be the new governor of Puerto Rico as of tonight. And where else? Not Puerto Rico. Anywhere else. Come on, let's go.
Cuba!
All right, that's a little illegal, but it's all right. I love it. No, Cuba, Puerto Rico, the best of the Caribbean. Just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, there are 17 Latino nations. Not just Puerto Rico and Mexico. Okay? Research. Cuba is one of them. All right? Now, round of applause for all the Latino nations. Where are my New Yorkers? Now, I want to know somebody from New York. Where are you from? Just yell it out. What part of New York?
Queens.
Everybody's from fucking Queens. See that? When the trains break down, they hang out at the pit loft. That's what that shit is. Goodness gracious. Being born and raised from New York, that's who I am. This is honestly a great honor for me to be here at the Pit Loft. This is my debut. I've been doing this 8 years, and here I am on Wednesday night. My career is going places. And I am from South America. My family is from Crickets, Colombia. See, Crickets. And Ecuador. One person. Give it up for the fastest runner. Where's that person? Outrageous. But being from South America is very interesting because growing up in the Bronx, almost everyone by default was Puerto Rican. So my father was a very extremely mysterious man. He was a cab driver, but he carried a briefcase. Why? I don't get it. Right? And the illest thing is that I would always want to know, I wanted an indication. For anybody that's ever been to a Latino home, you know that the quintessential things you find there are 500 pictures of Jesus Christ, 19 locks on the door, and 10 Puerto Rican flags if you're Puerto Rican. Oh, I'm not even kidding, it's the truth. If you don't have at least 10 Puerto Rican flags, you're not Puerto Rican enough. So the crazy thing is I would walk around my house as a child and I realized, okay, we have nothing on the wall. And there were no pictures of Jesus Christ. I was thinking maybe we were Jewish, I don't know. And I would open the fridge and I'm like, it's empty. All right, we're Latino. And then I would ask my dad, I'd be like, Dad, what are we? Please, what are we? And he would say, running late, hurry up, get your coat, that's what we are. You know, it was interesting because my mom was a hairstylist and my dad was a cab driver, which means we lived off tips, which means I was malnourished. But the funny shit is that I remember coming home one day from school and I saw candle lights on and I was like, wow, my dad went all out for a romantic dinner. And I was like, Ma, is this Pop being romantic? And she goes, no, that's that motherfucker not paying the light bill. But that's it. That's growing up in New York. You're not really a New Yorker if you haven't at least had your Con Ed cut off, because even your landlord will fuck that up. I pay my rent on time, my landlord still gets his fucking gas cut off. Like, what the fuck? You know what's crazy? When you have to borrow money from your drug dealer, you know that relationship just changed. Yo, you got me, no motherfucker, you got me. You know, it's crazy, it's wild. New York City is the only place where you type yo as a text message and people be like, I'm already there. No directions whatsoever. It's just like, watch how this works. Yo! There you go, that's how that shit works. But yo can mean 10 million things. You get a ticket, what happens? Yo. The bill's too high, yo. You got an STD, yo. You got some girl pregnant, yo. And that's how yo works. And in Spanish is almost the same thing. We use an easy word. Say it with me, everybody. Chacho.
Chacho.
Bro.
Bro.
Everybody, one word. Chacho, bro. Go.
Chacho, bro.
Everybody's about to get deported. That's how that shit works. Being Latino, it also means that by default, your babysitters are your grandparents. And the crazy thing is that my grandparents actually hated my parents. Like, my father's parents hated my mother, and my mother's parents hated my father. So I became the magnet, the total everything that represented hate. They just did not like me. So I did not have like that, grandma loves you. No, I didn't have that. My grandma used to sit me with my cousins and make lunch for us, and she would straight just tell us what we're having, and she would tell us our future. Because grandmas were like that, futuristic witch bitches. And they would come out, and they would say stuff. And I had a cousin that had red hair, blue eyes, another cousin that had blonde hair, green eyes, and then me, Juan fucking Valdez. And my grandma would look at the red-haired kid and say, you with that distinct look, you're gonna be a doctor, and you're gonna save many lives. And I'm like, all hype, looking at the cousin with the blonde hair. She goes, you, with those beautiful green eyes and that blonde hair, you're gonna be a lawyer, a very charming one. And I'm like, me, grandma, what am I gonna be? She goes, you, the way you eat, diabetic. Good thing you have a doctor in the family. And he looks like a criminal too, so there's a lawyer there just in case. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Roman S. I go by The Funny Latino. Please, on Instagram, follow me at The Funny Latino, TheFunnyLatino. And I was able to spell that with a public school education. Thank you.